Hey everyone, welcome back to the layout, or as I should say, the new yard that I've been working on. Actually, I've had this done for quite some time, probably the beginning of the new year. I've just been pretty lazy with putting out a video, but yeah, the new yard is in. I know I was kind of hinting at it the last update, but this new design and new addition to really basically staging slash storage and interchange is really adding a lot of operational interest to the layout. It's making it a lot more fun for more operators. We can now have up to three crews working at the same time, and it's just drastically improved things over here. So I'll give you guys a little tour of what we've been up to. So previously I had this one wall as a small shelf. It was originally just going to be off-site staging, just to store cars and kind of do a little interchange in my little office over here. But as things progressed, just like every other model railroad project, it just kind of got bigger and bigger, and I wanted to really utilize the space in here, so I changed things up a bit. Went from having just this one wall to now having the interchange along the back wall, and now the layout kind of wraps around all the way across the window, which is removable, and then over here into the main yard area. So previously I had my work or my computer desk in this corner, and one day I was sitting in here and it kind of dawned on me. I was over here at the workbench, and I was kind of just having some videos on in the background, working on some things, and I kept having to turn around, and I said, this is kind of a waste, because I really don't use the work or the computer desk that much. So I decided to combine it over here over the workbench. I just mounted the computer screens to the wall and put my PC down at the bottom, and the keyboard I could just slide out of the way. And I've got my workspace there, because I found that, as you could see, stuff kind of accumulates. Doesn't matter how big your workbench is, you're always going to have stuff all over it, unfortunately. So sacrificing a little bit of space along the back really wasn't that big of a deal, considering I could, I've got storage over here, which again just has a lot of stuff on it for now. I kind of moved my paint booth over here, which was another great idea, to kind of give myself a permanent space for painting, since I find myself doing a lot of airbrushing. So I made myself a little paint rack on the wall. I've got my airbrush in there, the spray booth, and it's nice because I could just roll my chair behind back here and just do what I need to do, and then kind of roll back over to the workbench. So it works out really nice. As far as the track work, the main line still comes through the two closets into the room. As you see here, where the cars are sitting in the background, that's actually going to be the interchange track, which is fairly long. It does give us a lot of opportunity for kind of regulating the cars on and off the layout. It gives us plenty of space, which is nice. In the meantime, I've got kind of my old ADM facility here up front. This was just kind of temporary to see what I wanted to do here, how much space I was dealing with. Originally, that turnout there is right before the split going into the yard. So I think I'm actually going to move that back over here on the curve using a Walther's curve turnout, which actually fits right in there perfectly. And kind of come up with another plan here for the foreground. There's not much room to build any structures or anything, but some type of industry there, just to add another part of the operation would be nice. So here you can see the two yard tracks coming into the yard, also the other track going out onto the interchange. We've got this double crossover, which at first I was kind of, I wasn't sure on, but it really does add a ton of opportunity for switching in here. It's kind of a must, and two regular turnouts, kind of doing a regular crossover, just didn't have enough room for it. So it works out really nice, and that's the new Walthers double crossover, I think is what it's called. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Coming on into the track, or into the yard, we've got 3 yard tracks, and we've got a couple of storage tracks for locomotives, and also the end of another runaround over here. So it does give operators a lot of options when coming in the yard and switching. It does give the opportunity for people to be coming into the yard while whoever's running the yard can be still sorting cars or working the interchange or something like that. So a little bit of extra turnouts, a little bit extra track, but it really does help with the op session. So for the yard, I figured I needed a little bit of a yard office, so I kind of scratch built this little structure. It was a lot of fun. It was kind of just to get myself going again on building things, especially the structures. But yeah, it's pretty neat. Just styrene with some corrugated metal for the bottom, and some scrap wood I had for the deck. And yeah, I think it came out pretty cool. Got some neat mini print things here, a bench and some chairs, and the guy here hanging off the roof. Really cool. It was the first time ordering some of mini print stuff, and super impressed. The detail on everything is just incredible. Here's a couple items I have here in the paint booth, or in the spray booth. Got this little grill, just painted up. Some chairs. All these details will be over here in the yard. But yeah, they're really neat. I've got a bunch of new additions here as far as rolling stock. As I started to operate, I really saw how much I was lacking with the roster in terms of rolling stock. It does help to have some variety, and with us running kind of inbounds and outbounds during a session, and it's nice to have almost a couple of sessions worth of cars at one time. So went and picked up a few of these exact rail high cubes, these 50-foot cars. These just came out recently in the past few months. Really nice cars. I picked up 5 of them. So I need to start weathering, lots of weathering to do. Another Athearn. This is like a ready to roll high cube, kind of a prime for grind KCS car. Really nice. Great price on that too. So that'll look cool weathered up. I picked up 5 of these older, well, they were run a couple years ago from Scale Trains, the coil cars. Really nice cars, super detailed. I was having a little bit of issues with the turning radius, with the underbody detail, getting a little bit hung up on the wheels. But other than that, really nice cars. Looking forward to weathering those as well. I grabbed a few more of these center beam cars for Home Depot. These are from Atlas. Really like the Atlas cars with I believe they're die cast. Really got good weight to them. Really nicely detailed. These still need to have the couplers swapped out. I also picked up these loads from someone on eBay. I think they're hand. They build them themselves. It's just wood with some paper, but they are really nice. I'll probably detail them up a little bit with some straps and everything like that. But yeah, a couple more cars for Home Depot. For reagent chemical, I've got a few more acid cars. These are, I think, the latest run from Athearn Genesis, the 2 green stripe acid cars. Really nice. They're pricey, but they look good. And then behind them, a few more acid cars for reagent. I think these were the Ready to Roll series. I think that's what they're called, Ready to Roll. But again, really nicely detailed. Really, the only thing I see different is, maybe a couple more details in the rolling bearing caps. But For the price, you really can't beat them. A few more of these 60-foot Gunderson box cars from Walthers. Really nice cars for the price. They're really, really nice. Once they're weathered and everything, you really can't tell the difference between one of these and a more expensive one. But yeah, a few more for Home Depot again. They received these 60-footers, so I needed a few more of them. Along with the Walthers cars, I grabbed a few more, or 3 more of the 60-foot high cubes here from Athearn. These are the Ready to Roll series. A little bit more detail. You can see the separately applied grab irons and a few more detail parts, but again, they're a little bit more expensive. I've got a few, 2 of the Providence and Worcester cars and a CSX car. All right, everyone, that's going to be it for this little update on the yard. It's almost double the size of the layout, so it's pretty exciting. It's really changed everything in terms of operating. Got a lot of stuff going on. Got a lot of downtime coming up this summer, so looking forward to getting a lot of these projects done. The locomotives, I'm working on 4 completely not scratch built, but I've torn down 4 locomotives and I'm rebuilding them into the new freelance line for the layout, so that's a lot of work. We're working on a signaling system that's going to protect the line through the closet, a little bit more advanced with block detection and everything like that. It's going to be really nice. And the scenery in the other room, I've been plugging away at that, so I'm going to put out another video here shortly on the progress of the main layout room. So again, thanks everyone for hanging in there, and we'll see you next time.